Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name is Gonzii and today we are going to be reacting to First Things First clip. The show is back after vacation, so without further ado, let's react this thing, man.
We start with Jeremy Fowler's yearly
Coach,
survey
back,
of
mate.
executives, coaches, and scouts, which has delivered a few bombshells here. Top 10 QB list. Mahomes at number 1, but not unanimous. More on that.
That is
second.
disgusting,
Joe
by the
Burrow,
way.
Allen, Lamar.
For context, Mahomes was not voted number 1 by one idiot. He decided that Josh Allen is better than Mahomes. Yes, the guy that cannot beat Mahomes in a playoff somehow is better than him. I don't know. Go figure. I have no idea as well.
The reigning
But
MVP. Who
what do I know about
60 and
football,
23.
innit?
Respect
What do I know?
my guy Matt Stafford's name. How about that? It's right where he was in the mountain too.
Overrated.
Okay. Who's saying that?
Stafford is so good, man.
Herbert, Stroud,
Herbert
Aaron Rodgers.
Herbert is that thing. It's the
Goff, and
potential.
then finally
People
Dak
are
Prescott
blind
at
by his potential,
10.
bro.
Here's his stats last year. For
Trevor
being
Lawrence beat him in the
10th best
playoffs, bro.
quarterback in the league.
I don't know.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I don't see any 10s
This
on
is
there.
weird.
So, Dak too high, too low, or just right?
Dak at 10. I think he's just right.
I truly don't know where you're going to stand on this. We haven't, well, we never talked before the
think
show,
that's
but we
okay.
also haven't talked in 10 days. Bruce been.
I've been
You were on the
gallivanting.
island.
This
that
is, so
nice,
I'm
pretty
curious
tan.
what you're going to say, but I think this is basically the exact right spot for Dak.
agree.
Even if I might have a couple guys who were behind
I
him
agree with
ahead of
that,
him and a
actually.
couple guys who were ahead of him
okay.
behind him. You know what I mean? Like I might,
okay.
but I think 10th best quarterback in the league is almost exactly right, especially because it seems like rookies were ineligible for this list. So if you're really high on Caleb like me or Jaden or Drake or whomever.
I don't know if they're
those-
ineligible. I just don't know if anyone's putting Caleb top 10.
Well, no, I don't think I mean.
You want Drake May top 10?
No, I
maybe?
don't think any rookie has ever, when they've done this,
Yeah, nobody's
gotten top 10 votes. So they're de facto ineligible.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
and
That makes
that's
sense.
why this is
They haven't
such a
played this now.
tough spot for Dallas, bro. Because he's clearly not in there's the Mahomes tier,
Right.
then there's that tier right beneath it, which I think we all kind of agree on mostly who's in that.
Burrow,
Lamar
Allen,
is in it, Josh Allen's in it,
Lamar.
Burrow's in it. And he's clearly
Put
also
Stafford in there as
better
well.
than
Me personally.
guys like
Then the
Baker
other tier.
or Kirk post Achilles. I think I would say Tua in that.
CJ
but I know
in there
we
as
don't have to
well.
argue about it. He is somewhere in that meaty middle of good, and you love that quarterback on a rookie deal. You're fine with that quarterback on a good deal, and you're terrified of that quarterback on the highest, being
Facts.
the number 1 paid guy
That
in the
is true.
league,
That
which
is
is the spot Dallas finds themselves in. But as far as the actual pin
He just
paper
can't play in the
rankings,
playoffs.
About 10
He has
to me,
that
Brew,
thing
is
Kirk Cousins
exactly
has.
right.
Although
Yeah, I'm
Kirk
not
Cousins
mad
is a
at
bigger
your
issue.
analysis of that.
But
I think there are
Dak,
a
he
group
cannot
of
play in the playoffs,
7,
bro. He
8
just
guys
melt.
or so that are, any given year
Yes.
will go from 8 to
He
15 or
starts to
whatever.
fall off the rails
Here
a
are
bit.
the
He just
6
completely
that are
melt.
on that
It's
list
weird.
behind
I
Dak
haven't
that
seen
you
something
might
like
want to
that
argue.
ever.
Someone might want to
By
argue
watching
for.
sports.
Tua, Jordan Love, Cousins, Jalen Hurts, Trevor Lawrence, and Brock Purdy.
Yes.
And I'm going to kind of compare each one to Dak. Tua, just no.
Yeah.
Just
No.
no.
Just
Yeah, I'm
no.
not
Just
putting
no.
him ahead
That's
of Dak.
perfect.
No.
I mean,
Just no.
Okay,
Bro
one
can't beat
healthy
good
season
teams
in
and
4
can't play
years.
wins
and
close.
can't beat any good teams. 1
1
in
in
6
6.
against
Yes,
playoff
bro.
teams.
Preach,
And
brother.
then
God forbid
a
it's
brisk
chilly.
win. A brisk win.
forbid
It'll be a little bit
the
chilly.
wind is okay
and
with
you're
the
done.
chilly.
All right, so
Right,
Tua's
Brew,
out.
correct.
Jordan Love, only half a
Yeah.
year of great production.
True.
All right, so
we need
let's
to
just
see
see a
more.
little more. I think I will say this.
You
I do
like
think,
Love more than Dak, but you haven't seen
Yeah,
enough.
but I just want to see
That's
a little
fair.
more.
That's fair.
Okay.
I think this year Jordan will move ahead of Dak. So this season, at
agree
some
with
point
that.
this season. Kirk Cousins, you said he's 36. He's coming off the Achilles, and he has a similar problem to Dak, but probably even
Aaron
worse. He just
Rodgers
hasn't been
being
able to
a-
win
it's
big games,
so
but it's even
weird.
worse in primetime games.
Bunch of clowns,
Jalen
bro.
Hurts, one great year
He
out
was
of
40
I thought you
with
would have
one
Jalen ahead of
Achilles.
Dak.
Yeah, I mean,
You
Dumb
like
or
Dak
I
something.
might,
more
but
than you
I
like Dak.
get like
He used to be good.
He's
He's not
only
anymore.
had one great season.
Yeah.
And you can
Supernatural.
say the first one he wasn't really a starter.
Yeah.
But 3 seasons he's
What
had
about the
one
way?
great
Forgot
season.
about
He has to get penalized for the supernatural funk as well.
It wasn't really his fault though.
Well, it wasn't.
He
wasn't the
didn't play
solution to
well.
supernatural.
Well, he will be this year. Watch.
Okay.
All right. So Jay, Trevor hasn't been great. Can we agree? Hasn't been great since
I
college.
like
So
Trevor
I'm not saying-
Lawrence a lot.
Right, you can't.
Not as much as
He
Nick,
hasn't been
but
great
Trevor
since
is.
college.
Much like
I like
Jalen Hurts,
Trevor.
one
It's
great
just
Right.
he has a
Then the
fumbling
one guy,
problem, which is
Brock
an issue.
Oh, this
And
guy
he just
was
he
you
can't
brought
stay. He
up-
can't
Jeff,
he hasn't completed a full good year
I
yet.
got a lot of
He has
I
half.
Purdy is coming up
got
at
a
Which
lot of
is-
Purdy stuff.
We need- I hope this year's the
Here's
year
the first
that he can string a
No, do
full
not
year
show the Purdy
Look.
graphic.
of being
What are we
great.
doing?
And I got more. Believe me, I'm not gonna
Brock
exhaust the
Purdy,
tank,
I just
all right? I got
can't.
plenty.
He's
Purdy
a better
has
Jimmy G.
proven to be able to do
That's
what
all he is.
Dak can't, which is play well
This
in the
is-
playoffs.
I agree. That's why we should talk about it at
No, he's
3-12.
my guy. I am moving him to 10.
Okay.
Ahead
That's
of
the
Dak.
Brock Purdy
So
guy.
that's my. I got more when we get
Okay,
there, but
got
I'm
it.
just giving
But we're
you
not- okay,
a
that's a
little
teaser.
tease.
So, but
Yes.
but to be
He's just been better in the big
all
game.
right, that's fine. But to be clear, you kind of your answer to this is just right.
It's a group.
Right.
I make an
yeah,
argument
yeah,
for
yeah.
Dak?
Go
'Cause
ahead.
I
On
don't think-
behalf of Dak or
Yes.
against him?
Oh, no, pro Dak.
Okay, yeah.
And I will take my editorial leadership hat of Walking Boot Weekly off.
Walking
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I forgot.
Because he was in a
Oh, yeah,
walking
that's
boot,
right. He was
and
in
that
a walking
always
boot.
sends tremors
I will
through the
watch.
staff of
It was
Walking
nothing
Boot.
though.
Well, he's in a walking boot.
Okay, but go ahead.
Yeah, but it was.
Go ahead.
He does that all the time,
Walking Boot
though.
Weekly.
it
In any
seems.
event, if I'm Dak Prescott, he's on the show. We had A-Rod on the show coming up,
Yeah.
and Dak Prescott here. He's like, "Hey guys, heard the segment? Did you see the full screen there where I completed the highest percentage of passes out of any quarterback, and I also threw the most touchdowns, so I was the most accurate, and I threw the most touchdowns. That seems to be better than 10th, statistically." And you're
then-
like, "What? You didn't produce in one game against in the Packers in the playoffs?" Like, I get it, but I was balling out all year.
Okay. So the
Why am I at 10?
If he and the answer to that would be if you feel bad, imagine how Tua feels. Because Tua,
Yeah, true.
Tua's got like it
Right,
done.
give
At
Tua a
least
call.
we are what I
Lament
if I
together.
may, we are all at least consistent on this. Wilds as well. Wilds thinks Brew and I are too hard on Tua. And I think he thinks Brew and I are. I don't even know if too hard on Dak. I don't think this is a knock on Dak. The only to me,
Yeah, being a top
guy
10 QB
that all of us
with
would
the
have
state that
ahead
our league
of
is
Dak,
in,
that I
and
think
the
Dak
quality
would
of
have
quarterbacks,
a
it's
real
amazing.
right that all three of us, or at
There's
least Brew and I
levels in
have
this
ahead
pitch,
of,
bro,
is
and you
Justin
are not
Herbert.
that level.
I think
I'm
he's
sorry,
the only
you're
one
not.
that Dak might
he
say,
hasn't
wait a
done it.
minute.
Right.
It's
You're
Mahomes,
holding
a
it
huge
against-
gap,
You're holding it against
then
me. This
everybody
guy's
else.
0-1
Fight
in the
among
playoffs
yourselves.
and has a
Come on.
meltdown, and
Come
that
on,
is
Bob.
like, yeah, it's the eye
Bob.
test thing, and sorry.
I listen
his
too much
youth,
Eminem.
You know, you expect him to
recently.
But everyone else
go
that
bars
not
now.
necessarily that is on the list ahead of him, but that we all three of us would unanimously say is ahead of him, has great regular season numbers and postseason success to go along with it on their resume.
Yeah. One asterisk. I would have Dak ahead of this guy.
Well, yeah, I would
Same.
too.
Same.
Coming in number 8.
We all would.
Yeah.
Why is he
The guy who hasn't thrown
Why?
for 300 yards in
Why?
23 games.
Where
is
is he
Aaron
doing
Rodgers.
since
Now,
the
here's the
MVP
interesting
season?
part of
What?
the survey. Jeremy Fowler writing, while
Remember he
Rodgers
did?
appeared
Went
on
out
fewer
on a
than
whimper
60%
against the
of the
Lions
ballots,
at home,
nearly
winning
half
your
of
in
those ballots
for the
placed
playoffs.
Rodgers in
Yeah.
the top 5. So
He
small
throws
but
that
passionate.
Hail Mary disgusting pick
quarterback
with
purists
4 minutes
still
left.
love him. Does
down
Rodgers
4,
deserve to be at number
like an
8,
idiot?
I don't think so. I mean, obviously, they're just giving him respect for a great career and hoping he can do it again. But based on the last time we saw him,
Jets
you
at
can't
number
have
2
him in the top.
on
And
the
based
odds
on his
are-
age
it's
being
so
40,
disgusting.
and he's coming off the
I
Achilles.
don't think Tua was
When you
that
say
good.
the last time we
but
saw
damn,
him, you
bro.
don't mean
Not
the Jets.
the Jets, right? I mean,
Exactly.
that was done.
2022, we have
2022, here we go.
Yeah.
He was
Look at this, bro.
This is since he's become a starter in the
What the
league,
hell?
which is the last 13 seasons.
This
He
was the
went
last
his
year
last
healthy
year in
that-
Green Bay,
in Green Bay.
worst yards per game, worst passer rating, and second worst in all these other things: TDs, interceptions, yards.
He's
per
not that
attempt.
good anymore.
He appears to be on the decline, and I know a lot of people say, "Well, he appeared to be on the decline 5 years ago and came back with 2 MVP seasons, but he's now 40, coming off a serious
Correct.
injury."
And if I can add to it, I think we all had a similar version of that graphic. I want to show mine, which is instead of where it ranked for his career, where it ranked in the league. So no one
That's
has
so bad.
adequately explained
That
to me
is so bad.
how let's just all
20th
pretend the
in
Achilles injury
completion
didn't happen.
percentage.
Why would you expect a
in yards per
40-year-old
pass.
to be better with Bob Saleh and
Nice.
Nat Hackett?
Foul.
A 2 year from the previous year where he played full-time when he was below average.
They're going to claim that thumb injury. Remember, it was kind of like that mysterious.
No,
They
I get
were
it,
on a
but that's
winning
saying
streak,
he
though.
isn't.
Until that game, they were on a winning
also, by the
streak.
end, here's the problem with the thumb injury part of it. Because there's two things. People say thumb injury, and the other thing people will be like, oh, actually, the thing was this crazy thing. He didn't care.
Yeah.
He was not motivated. He actually didn't care, just wanted the money, but now he cares again. Do we think the thumb was as healthy as it was for months the final game of the year? Yes, because they were on that winning streak.
Yeah.
Do we think in that final game of the
They
regular
started really
season,
poorly,
at
but
home
then
against a
they
divisional
struck a few
rival,
wins together.
he was
And
peak
on the last
motivated?
game, if they win, they are in the playoffs.
How did
and they
that
lost.
game end? The way so many of the most
at
recent
this.
big games from Aaron have ended.
Bro,
with this
there's 4
just
minutes
prayer
left in
ball,
this game.
No reason. Plenty
When
of
he
time,
throws this
down 4,
wounded dog.
opportunity again. If you don't remember
4
the context,
minutes left. Yep. He's
that
down
was Sunday
4.
Night Football because it was winning you're in for them. In that game, he
Yeah,
threw for 200
3
yards
minutes
and
and a
1
half.
touchdown. That pick, an 83 rating with 17 of
He
27.
just throws that.
You can't.
He threw it. That ball makes no sense.
Is now all of a sudden great. He once was great. And then when you add to it, oh yeah, and what happened in the meantime? He tore his Achilles tendon.
Facts.
How that guy is considered, by as you put a lot of these guys, a top 5 quarterback is wish casting.
Well, he has to prove it. At the very least, it's like you got to go out and prove it. We're not going to assume you're going to be the old great Aaron Rodgers until we see it again.
Yeah. Are you talking about we, us, or you too? Because all I hear for you is
football America.
Okay, because I don't know.
Bruce pretty high on the Jets. He's pretty high on the Jets.
But for now, he's got to prove it.
Okay.
But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching the video, man. Hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Before you go, though, don't forget on videos on the channel, bro. Come on, man. Keep God first, as always. Drink water, go tell somebody who loved them. And if you know what to do, man, like the video, subscribe to the channel. My name is Gonzii, and see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.